Let's be honest, there were always clubs that were a little bit smarter than others. When data started to come into football, and you can look at examples like Brentford and Brighton, for example, that were ahead of the curve in this kind of thing. And not everyone has caught up. Not everybody is using these services and using data to assess coaches in this kind of way. And obviously, as the role of the manager has become more diffuse across other roles within football clubs, people are starting to focus on style and, to a degree, output. And having a really good understanding of that manager's style and approach helps clubs to be able to pick players that are going to suit that style. You can't pick a coach without thinking about players. You can't think about players without having picked your coach first. It kind of all meshes together in terms of playing style, in terms of game model, in terms of data assessment. The clubs that are starting to think about these things in this holistic fashion are the clubs that are making use of data, and they're the clubs that are the smartest. So Analytics FC is a data-driven football consultancy. We work with a variety of different clubs, and we seek to provide a number of different advisory services using data to derive insights that will help those clubs or federations take actions that will benefit their sporting performance. So we have a platform called Transfer Lab, which allows clubs to find players. And we've also worked with players, so using our data-driven insights to help players such as Kevin De Bruyne and Alex Greenwood negotiate contracts and show their kind of true value using the models that we have. What the Coach ID service does is it allows us to understand the style, tactical principles of different coaches. And then a club can come to us and say, hey, we'd like a coach who plays like, I don't know, Pep Guardiola, for example. And we have a way of using data to understand what that kind of coach looks like. And then we can use the discovery element of the Coach ID service to find different coaches that may match that style. So the wheels that we generate in terms of playing principles, that's not saying whether a coach is good or bad. It's not saying whether a coach has huge amounts of success and wins championships or doesn't. What it's saying is that if you watch that coach consistently, there are certain tactical principles to which they adhere, and there are other tactical principles to which they don't. I would say Runiak's particularly is very much in line with, from a stylistic point of view, what I would expect to see from elite coaches. Schwager's a little bit less so, because I think the really elite coaches don't tend to have much of a low block going on. Again, that's partly because they don't need it, because often elite coaches will gravitate towards elite teams and they'll have better quality of players. And so that control of the game that they can have is even more pronounced. These are the kinds of wheels that you would expect from coaches that are able to dominate the ball, but actually do something with it, be good, basically.
I to było naprawdę bardzo ciekawe spojrzenie, analityczne spojrzenie na trenerów. Trener, jak